What if having all the power in the world didn't guarantee happiness, but instead brought endless struggles? Imagine being the most powerful person alive, with millions under your command, and the freedom to do whatever you want. Sounds like a dream, right? But along with this power come constant challenges, wars, betrayals, illnesses, and repeated rejections. How would you handle such a life? For Marcus Aurelius, this wasn't just a possibility. It was his everyday reality. Despite being an emperor, he faced struggles that could make anyone feel powerless and alone. In this video, I'll show you how Marcus Aurelius used Stoicism as a life philosophy and a powerful tool to overcome hardship and find true peace. Have you ever been ignored by someone and felt completely powerless? What if you could turn that rejection into an advantage? Before we dive in, I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you. Your support, liking, commenting, and sharing gives me the motivation to keep spreading this powerful philosophy. It pulled me out of my lowest moments and changed my life completely. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now, let's get started. It's frustrating when someone ignores you, leaving you uncertain about what went wrong. You feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to make a move. But just because she's not responding doesn't mean you should give up and let her have the upper hand. So, how can you turn this situation around and make rejection work in your favor? By the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to handle being ignored and use reverse psychology to make her rethink her decision. But before we begin, take a second to hit the like button and turn on notifications. This is really important because it tells YouTube that you enjoy this content, which helps more people watch it. Thank you so much. Number 1. Prove her wrong. What if the best way to handle being ignored was to prove her wrong without saying a word? When a woman ignores you, it can be tough to know how to react. One powerful way to respond is to prove her wrong. Show her that you're not defined by her assumptions and that you are capable of far more than she thinks. For example, if she believes you're not smart enough to grasp a certain topic, take the opportunity to demonstrate your knowledge. Surprise her with an insightful comment or a relevant story. If she assumes you're boring, show her that you're full of surprises and have much more to offer. But if she continues to ignore you, don't take it personally. Instead, focus on your own growth. Channel your energy into self-improvement and personal development, knowing that your worth is not determined by how others choose to see you. Number 2. Give her the silent treatment. What if the silent treatment wasn't about punishing someone, but about practicing self-reflection and emotional control? Another way to respond when ignored is to give her the silent treatment. By not responding, you show that you won't tolerate being taken for granted. However, Stoicism reinterprets the idea of the silent treatment. Instead of using silence to provoke a reaction or make a statement, Stoicism encourages using silence as a tool for self-reflection and emotional regulation. When tempted to give the silent treatment, Stoicism suggests using that time to reflect on your thoughts and feelings with clarity and composure. Instead of letting emotions drive your actions, this approach emphasizes responding or choosing not to respond in a way that aligns with your personal virtues and integrity, rather than as a strategy to manipulate or influence the other person's behavior. This practice promotes inner peace and self-control, in line with Stoic values, while avoiding behaviors that could come across as manipulative or vengeful. So if you choose not to respond, do it not to punish the other person, but as a practice of introspection and emotional growth. This reflects Stoic wisdom and temperance, focusing on your own behavior and personal development. Number 3. Ignore her as well. When someone ignores you, your first instinct might be to seek their attention or demand answers. But the smarter move, ignore them right back. It may feel unnatural at first, but in most cases this approach can be surprisingly effective. Instead of seeing this as a setback, view it as an opportunity for personal growth. What if being ignored was actually a hidden advantage? It's not just about waiting for them to notice you again, it's about proving to yourself that you don't need their validation. Rather than dwelling on their silence, shift your focus inward. Take this time to reflect on your values, strengthen your emotional independence, and build resilience. The goal isn't to engage in a meaningless battle for attention. It's to master the art of self-control and inner peace. Always remember, in the grand play of life, you are the writer of your own story. So craft it with dignity, strength, and wisdom. Let's turn this moment into a stepping stone toward a stronger, more empowered, and more stoic version of yourself. Number 4. Never act emotionally. What if the key to handling rejection wasn't fighting for attention, but mastering your emotions? When a woman or a man ignores you, it's natural to feel frustrated or even hurt, but reacting emotionally won't change the situation. In fact, it often makes things worse. The best approach: stay calm and composed. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in emotional resilience. Instead of letting rejection shake you, use it as an opportunity for internal reflection. Tranquility is essential, and understanding is key. Focus on self-awareness and always respond with dignity and respect. For example, if someone ignores you, Stoic wisdom suggests remaining friendly and polite, without expecting a specific response. You can check in to see if something is wrong, but do so without pressure or the need for validation. If they continue to ignore you, don't let it unsettle you. Stay composed, act with integrity, and refuse to let their behavior define your self-worth. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what is within our control: our actions, our attitudes, and our mindset. Accept what you cannot change, such as the choices of others, and embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline in every interaction. Number 5. Cut off all contacts. What if the best way to handle being ignored was to stop trying to make contact altogether? If a woman ignores you, the best thing you can do is cut off contact completely. This means stopping all communication, no text messages, no phone calls, and if possible, avoiding her entirely. For example, stop sending messages and cease responding to her texts. If she doesn't answer your calls, stop trying to reach her. Don't talk to her or even make eye contact if you happen to be in the same social setting. By doing this, you regain control over the situation. You demonstrate that you don't need to chase anyone for attention, and you protect your emotional energy from further frustration. Number 6. Demonstrate your value. What if the best way to get noticed wasn't by seeking attention, but by embodying true value? When someone ignores you, it can be difficult to know how to respond. One of the most powerful ways to handle this situation is to demonstrate your value, not through desperate attempts for recognition, but by showcasing your intelligence, charisma, and personal virtues. According to Stoic philosophy, being ignored isn't a setback, it's an opportunity. Instead of trying to impress with humor or wit alone, Stoicism teaches that true value is shown through wisdom, kindness, and integrity. For example, if you feel left out in a conversation, don't react with frustration. Instead, engage constructively. Share your thoughts humbly, listen attentively, and respond with respect. The goal isn't to force a reaction from others, but to remain authentic and aligned with your own values. By showing that you can stay composed, respectful, and true to yourself, regardless of whether others acknowledge you, you embody the Stoic ideals of self-improvement and resilience. This not only brings inner peace, but also leaves a stronger and more lasting impression on those around you. Number 7. Forget and remove her from your mind. What if the best way to get her attention was to stop thinking about her entirely? One powerful way to respond when a woman ignores you is to remove her from your mind completely. That means letting go of obsessive thoughts about her and turning your energy toward yourself instead. Start by shifting your focus inward. Make a list of your personal goals and actively work toward achieving them. Find a new hobby or dive into a project that excites you. Spend quality time with friends and family, creating moments that bring you joy and fulfillment. Dedicate time to self-reflection. Think about ways to improve yourself, not for her, but for your own growth. By doing this, you'll naturally build a positive mindset and regain control over your emotions. Soon you'll realize that her indifference holds no real power over you. Number 8. Never reveal that you're struggling. What if the best response to being ignored wasn't to show your struggle, but to remain calm and confident? When you're ignored, the worst thing you can do is make it obvious that it's affecting you. Instead, stay calm and continue living your life as though nothing happened. The best way to handle being ignored is to maintain composure and self-confidence. It's essential to show that the behavior of others doesn't impact your sense of self or identity. Stoicism teaches us to focus on internal stability and emotional resilience, suggesting that we should always respond politely and respectfully, without aggression or confrontation. This approach is grounded in Stoic values like emotional resilience, wisdom, and integrity. It encourages us to respond with personal strength and stability, rather than reacting emotionally to external circumstances. Demonstrate that your confidence and security come from within and are not dependent on the actions or recognition of others. In the end, we learn a valuable lesson. You deserve relationships that are based on reciprocity and respect, not games or manipulation. Number 9. Be kind but emotionally distant. If someone ignores you, don't take it personally or unload on them. The appropriate response to situations where you are ignored involves acting with kindness and maintaining a healthy emotional distance. This emphasizes the Stoic practice of not taking things personally and keeping composure. It is advised to acknowledge the person with education and warmth, such as wishing them a good day or simply greeting them, but without expecting anything in return. Encouragement is given to demonstrate emotional detachment, not out of indifference, but as a reflection of inner peace and self-sufficiency. This approach aligns with Stoic principles of focusing on what can be controlled, personal responses and emotions, and accepting what is beyond control, such as the actions of others. Number 10. Build your social status and become a high-value man. What if building your social status wasn't about impressing others, but about contributing to your community and improving yourself? From a Stoic perspective, building your social status isn't about gaining admiration or trying to impress others. It's a path toward personal development and community contribution. When faced with situations like being ignored, Stoicism advises you to focus on self-improvement and community engagement as goals in themselves. Whether it's through exercising, pursuing hobbies, learning new skills, advancing your career, volunteering, or networking, these activities help cultivate character and allow you to contribute to society. Share your experiences and interests authentically, not to gain attention, but to genuinely connect with others who share similar passions and values. This approach is deeply rooted in Stoic ideals of personal growth, contributing to the common good, and forming relationships based on mutual respect and shared interests. So, when working on building your social status, do it as a means to grow and positively contribute to the world around you. not just as a strategy to attract others. Number 11. Act like you don't know her and she doesn't exist. What if the most powerful response to being ignored was to act as if the person simply doesn't exist? When someone ignores you, one effective way to respond is by acting as though they don't exist. This means refraining from initiating conversations or making eye contact, and instead seeking out someone else to engage with. For example, if you're at a party, start a conversation with another person and avoid the individual who is ignoring you. If you absolutely must interact with her, keep the conversation strictly professional and avoid any personal topics that could spark confrontation. If she continues to ignore you, don't engage further, simply walk away. This approach shows that you're not affected by her behavior and refuse to let it disrupt your peace. Number 12. Never beg for attention. What if the key to handling being ignored wasn't about begging for attention, but making her realize she's missing out on you? When you're ignored, don't beg for attention. Instead, focus on making her feel like she's the one losing out on something valuable. According to Stoic principles, the best response to being ignored is to prioritize personal satisfaction and emotional independence, not to resort to tactics aimed at making others feel they're missing out on you or proving your worth through derogatory comments. Stoicism teaches us to maintain dignity and self-respect at all times. It encourages us to demonstrate confidence and self-sufficiency, not to affect how others perceive us, but to reflect our inner worth and emotional stability. Focus on finding fulfillment in your own activities, staying true to your values, and engaging authentically with others, without relying on their validation. Instead of begging for attention or trying to show someone they're losing something by ignoring you, focus on developing your self-confidence and taking satisfaction from your own achievements. This reflects the Stoic values of wisdom, self-control, and concentrating on what's within your power, your actions, attitudes, and personal growth. Number 13. Go out and enjoy your life. What if the best way to handle being ignored was to get out, have fun, and shift the focus back to yourself? Going out and having fun when ignored can be a powerful way to clear your mind and refocus on yourself. Start by doing something you enjoy, whether it's catching a movie, playing sports, or simply taking a walk in the park. Invite your friends along to help lift your spirits and remind you of your worth. If you're still feeling down, consider visiting a new restaurant or attending an event to break the routine and meet new people. Remember, it's much easier to move on than to try and fix a situation that's beyond your control. Take this as an opportunity to focus on your own happiness and well-being. Finally, I encourage you to join our community and share our Stoicism experience. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video inspired you to pursue a smarter, more meaningful love. Take the next step. Don't forget to subscribe. Enable the notification bell and share your thoughts in the comments. Please share how you intend to use these Stoic concepts in your life, and let me know if you have any questions. Simply add mind over body in the comments to indicate that you have finished the video. Your assistance is crucial in this journey of discovery and further development. Always remember that self-awareness, action, and most importantly, respect for others are essential components of healthier and more enriching relationships.